Welcome, dear viewers, to another deep dive report here on News Around. Before we begin unraveling tonight's extraordinary revelation, don't forget to subscribe, tap the join button if you'd like to support our growing community, and leave a like to help this story reach even more people. Now, settle in, because today's development has electrified the entertainment world in a way no one anticipated. It was during a special broadcast last night, filmed in an intimate studio glowing under muted lights, that Kerem Bürsin unexpectedly delivered one of the most talked-about confessions of his career. The celebrated actor, admired across multiple countries for his talent and charm, appeared on the program to discuss past works, personal reflections, and the long journey that shaped him. What no one foresaw was that he would bring to light a detail, a deeply emotional one. About a series that had once dominated social media, inspired countless edits, and captured the hearts of millions, the unforgettable production he shared with Hande. From the moment he stepped onto the set, viewers sensed something unusual in his demeanor. The night had a quiet intensity, and the cameras seemed to capture every subtle shift in expression. For years, fans had speculated about the chemistry between Bürsin and Erçel, whether the energy that radiated through the screen was purely professional or something unspoken beneath the surface. Last night, the long-standing whispers gained new momentum. While discussing the heavy shooting schedule and the emotionally demanding scenes, some of which have become iconic in Turkish television history, Kerem abruptly paused. The host, noticing the shift, gently pressed. Back then, everyone talked about it. There was something different between you on set, wasn't there? Kerem Bürsin inhaled, hesitated, and then delivered a line that struck the studio silent. Hande wasn't just acting in those scenes. Because there's something you never knew about that period. The audience collectively leaned forward. Even those behind the cameras stilled. He continued, choosing his words with care. Without revealing personal secrets, he explained that the emotional turbulence seen in some scenes was rooted in something deeper, something that had shaped the entire environment on set. We were always professional, he emphasized, but there were days when the reality behind the scenes felt heavier than the script itself. What she was going through created an atmosphere we all sensed. Every member of the team felt it. Within minutes of the broadcast airing, social media ignited like wildfire. Old clips resurfaced. Fan accounts began analyzing past behind-the-scenes footage. Some viewers insisted the emotional authenticity Kerem referenced was already visible in the way the two actors looked at each other during certain key episodes. Others debated whether this revelation confirmed rumors that had circulated for years about the true emotional tension on the set. What the actor made clear, however, was that the period had been incredibly delicate for both him and Hande. Time passes, he said wistfully, but sometimes certain scenes still hit me differently when I watch them today. It was a rare moment of sincerity from an actor who has always tried to maintain respectful boundaries around his private life, and many fans interpreted his tone as the ultimate sign of maturity and empathy. What do you think sparked this emotional authenticity Kerem hinted at? Was it personal experience, on-set energy, or something deeper? Share your thoughts in the comments, and remember to subscribe and hit the join button if you want to support independent entertainment journalism here at News Around. Following the unexpected confession, an immediate chain reaction swept across television studios, digital platforms, and entertainment newsrooms. Editors worked late into the night. Producers demanded updates every minute. Hashtags referencing the series trended worldwide. Clips from the show's most emotional episodes were revived, dissected, and debated. Even foreign fan communities, some dormant for years, sprung back to life. Yet perhaps the most intriguing development occurred off-camera. Within hours of the revelation, several former members of the original production spoke anonymously to major outlets. Their statements carried a tone of validation, as though Kerem's comments had unlocked something they had long wanted to express. One crew member recounted, "There were days when we watched a scene from the monitors and none of us could speak afterward. There was such raw emotion that it felt like we were witnessing something real, not performed." Another echoed this sentiment, recalling how the set would often fall into complete silence after particularly charged moments. These testimonies only amplified public curiosity, making Kerem's words feel even heavier in retrospect. However, there was another question burning in everyone's mind. How would Hande Erçel respond? Fans flocked to her social media accounts, refreshing her profile every few minutes. Hours passed. Then finally, not a statement, not an explanation, but a photograph. A softly lit image of a coffee cup, steam curling into the air. Beneath it, a short caption. "Some things make sense with time." The simplicity of the post struck harder than any explicit response could have. Thousands speculated that it was her way of acknowledging Kerem's revelation without fanning the flames. Others believed it carried a more ambiguous message, perhaps a subtle reflection on the complexities of that era. Entertainment analysts immediately began dissecting the post. Was it gratitude, closure, nostalgia, or an elegant refusal to reopen old wounds? The silence from her inner circle only deepened the intrigue. Meanwhile, fans began revisiting archival interviews from the time when the series first aired. One particular video resurfaced a warm and playful exchange between Bürsin and Erçel during a promotional event. In the clip, Kerem's protectiveness was evident, and Hande's frequent, slightly shy smiles caught the attention of viewers. Watching the interview now, through the lens of Kerem's confession, many audiences felt they were seeing the interaction for the first time all over again. Entertainment commentators added fuel to the fire by suggesting that Kerem's recent words might have been a veiled acknowledgement of an emotional bond that existed beyond the script. One television host stated boldly, "Maybe what we're hearing today is simply the echo of something that once flickered quietly on that set." As the frenzy continues, sources close to Kerem Bürsin's public relations team assert that the actor did not intend for his comments to be interpreted as personal exposure. They say he stands by his words but believes the audience misunderstood the depth of what he meant. Nonetheless, he has no intention of clarifying further. Hande Erçel's team, on the other hand, remains completely silent. And sometimes, silence speaks louder than any prepared statement. Do you believe Kerem's confession revived an old truth, or was it simply a heartfelt reflection misunderstood by the public? Comment below, and let us know which other celebrities you want us to cover next. And don't forget to subscribe, it helps our channel grow every single day. In the end, Kerem Bürsin's unexpected words did more than revisit memories. They breathed new life into a legendary chapter of Turkish television history, a chapter many thought had been permanently closed. Years may have passed, new projects may have come and gone, but some productions carry a magic that never fades. Their emotional weight lingers, their scenes remain imprinted on viewers' minds, and their stories continue to echo long after the cameras stop. Whether Kerem and Hande will ever speak more openly about that time remains uncertain. Perhaps this small revelation is all the world will ever receive. Or perhaps, as time unfolds, more pieces of the puzzle will surface. Subtly, quietly, unexpectedly. But one thing is undeniable. Last night, the curtain lifted just enough for millions to glimpse the truth they had long suspected, that behind the lights, scripts, and meticulously crafted shots, real human emotions once flowed with a force that even the actors themselves still feel today. Thank you for joining us on News Around. Before you go, hit subscribe, tap join if you'd like to support our independent work, and don't forget to like this video. Let us know your thoughts, your theories, and what you want to see next. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and stay with News Around, where every story has a deeper layer waiting to be uncovered.